My daughter-in-law tried to erase me from my son's life. But she never expected life to erase her first. I always believed that kindness had the power to soften even the hardest hearts. So when my son Ethan brought home his soon-to-be wife, Alina, I welcomed her with warmth, gifts, open arms, and a heart full of hope. She was beautiful, confident, well-spoken, everything a mother imagines for her son. But behind those soft eyelashes and polite smiles, something colder lived. I didn't notice it at first, not until the wedding was over and the real Alina stepped into the house with a crown on her head that only she could see. The first week after the wedding. She replaced my dining table. No discussion. No respect. Just a delivery truck at the door and her shrug as she announced. This one suits us better. Ethan laughed nervously. I said nothing, brushing it off as youthful eagerness. But I saw the glint in her eyes, a glint that wasn't excitement. It was dominance. Then came the kitchen. Then the curtains. Then the living room arrangement. Every change chipped away at the home I had built for over 30 years. And every time Ethan tried to intervene, she wrapped her arms around his like a vine and whispered sweet poison. You're a grown man now. You don't need your mother's house looking like the past. Slowly, I felt like a guest in my own home. The worst part? Ethan didn't even realize what was happening. He was in love, blinded by it. And Alina used that blindness like a blade. One afternoon, I overheard her saying, your mom is too attached. You need some distance, Ethan. Her voice was cold, clipped, confident. As if she were correcting a child. My heart tightened, but I kept my silence. I told myself it wasn't worth a fight. I had raised my son to be gentle, patient, kind. He believed in harmony. He avoided conflict. That was my doing. And now, that softness was being turned against him, and against me. Months passed. I endured. I swallowed my pain. I cooked meals they never came home to eat. I waited up on holidays they spent somewhere else. I smiled when they posted pictures of vacations. I didn't know about every mother hopes to be included, but a daughter-in-law like Alina didn't want to share. She wanted to replace. Then Christmas came, the first Christmas in years that Ethan had promised he would spend with me. I decorated the house with care. I prepared every dish he grew up loving. I wrapped gifts with silver ribbon, the kind he always adored. The whole house smelled of cinnamon and warmth. Hours before dinner, my phone buzzed. A message from Alina. Short, sharp, merciless. We're spending Christmas at my mom's. Don't wait for us. No explanation. No apology. Not even Ethan's voice, just her decree. It felt like someone had sliced through my chest. For a moment, I stood frozen. I could have argued. I could have begged. I could have cried. But instead, I exhaled. For the first time in years, I listened to my heart instead of my pain. I packed a small bag, closed the Christmas lights, and booked the first available ticket to a quiet mountain lodge. No announcement. No explanation. No guilt. I walked out of the house that Alina had slowly taken over and stepped onto a path that was finally truly mine. When I reached the mountain lodge, I sat by the window and watched snowfall coat the world in silence. It felt peaceful, like the universe was finally giving me room to breathe. I took one simple photo, the snowy view outside my cabin, and posted it on social media with no caption. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Then again. Then it vibrated nonstop. Dozens of messages. Hundreds of notifications. People asking. Are you okay? What happened? Is it true what Alina posted? I frowned, confused, until I clicked on her profile, and that was the moment everything changed. Because while I had posted peace, Alina had posted war. I stared at Alina's post with a disbelief that burned like acid. There she was, in a cozy living room decorated with gold ornaments, smiling sweetly beside Ethan. The caption beneath the photo cut deeper than any blade. Had to save my husband from a toxic, controlling household. Healing starts today. Toxic? Controlling me? My hands trembled so hard I almost dropped the phone. For years I had tiptoed around her moods, swallowed insults, allowed her to rearrange my home and my life simply to keep peace. And now she painted me as a villain to make herself a martyr. The comments flew in. Good for you, girl. Protect your husband. Some mothers never let go. Some even tagged me directly, mocking me, judging me when they knew nothing. It felt like the entire world was leaning in, whispering lies about me. While I sat alone in a snowy cabin with cold hands and a breaking heart. But just when the world seemed determined to bury me, something unexpected happened. A comment appeared from an account I didn't recognize. Alina isn't protecting anyone. She pushed away her own family too. Asterisk I. Froze, asterisk another one followed, asterisk ask her why she hasn't spoken to her parents in years. Asterisk then a third asterisk Ethan deserves to know the truth. Asterisk my breath hitched. The comments multiplied, people whispering old stories, vague rumors, and family drama I had never heard before. My heart raced. Could this be real? Could there be a side to Alina even darker than what I had seen? Before I could think further, my phone rang. Ethan asterisk I almost ignored the call, fear twisting inside me, but something urged me to answer asterisk mom. His voice was tight, strained, unsure. Where are you? You didn't answer my texts. My chest tightened. You didn't send any, I whispered asterisk a pause, asterisk a long one asterisk then. Asterisk I didn't, he said softly. She did. Those words hit me like a punch, he inhaled, shaky, like someone trying to hold back tears, asterisk mom. She told me you didn't want us there. That you told her to stay away. She said you called her a burden. I closed my eyes, swallowing the pain. I never said that. Not once. Asterisk another silence. Then a sigh so heavy it felt like it had been building for years, asterisk I know, he finally admitted. I'm starting to see everything. Asterisk he told me what happened, how during Christmas dinner at her mother's house, Alina had been bragging loudly about how she had saved Ethan from me. How she claimed she fixed him. How she mocked my cooking, my traditions, my love asterisk but the turning point came when an older woman, Alina's own aunt, stood up from the table and snapped asterisk, stop blaming her. You did the same thing to your own parents. Asterisk Ethan said. The room fell silent, asterisk he asked what she meant, asterisk and the truth spilled out, asterisk Alina had cut off her family years ago, accusing her parents of being controlling, toxic, overprotective. The exact same words she used on me. She manipulated her parents, then left them. She cried wolf until she turned everyone against them. And now she was repeating the cycle with us, asterisk when Ethan realized this, truly realized it, he felt something crack inside him, asterisk I left early, he whispered. I couldn't pretend anymore. The pain in his voice shredded me. I wanted to hold him, to fix everything, but some fractures must be seen to be healed, asterisk where are you? He asked, asterisk at a lodge, I replied. I needed space. Asterisk mom. Can I come? Asterisk the boy who once clung to my hand in supermarkets. Asterisk the man who had drifted away under someone else's influence. He returned to me in that one trembling question. I gave him the address, asterisk 4 hours later, long after midnight, Ethan knocked on the wooden cabin door. Snow clung to his coat. His eyes were red, not from the cold, but from the truth, asterisk we didn't speak at first, asterisk we didn't need to, asterisk he just folded into my arms like he had been holding his breath for years, asterisk I'm sorry. Mom, he whispered against my shoulder, asterisk I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it. Asterisk tears burned my eyes. But I held them back, asterisk seeing it now is enough. Asterisk he stayed the night, resting, breathing. Finally free from the invisible rope that had been pulling him away from me, asterisk but neither of us knew what was waiting for us when we returned home, asterisk because when someone like Alina feels her control slipping, she doesn't break quietly, and the next time we faced her, she made sure the entire neighborhood watched, asterisk. Ethan and I drove back home the following afternoon, the winter sun low behind us, casting long shadows across the empty road. He was quiet, really quiet, the way someone is when they're replaying memories with new clarity. Every mile felt like another layer of fog lifting from his mind, asterisk but as we neared the neighborhood, we noticed cars parked along the street, too many for a normal day. People stood outside their porches, whispering, watching. It felt unnatural, like walking into a stage where the play had started without us, asterisk Ethan frowned, asterisk why is everyone outside? Asterisk my heart dropped. I already knew, asterisk Alina, asterisk when we stepped out of the car. Whispers rose like a swarm of bees, asterisk that's the mother. Asterisk she's the one who controlled him. Asterisk she threw him out. Poor boy. Asterisk I heard she ruined their Christmas. Asterisk it stung, not because strangers judged me, but because I recognized the fingerprints of the person who planted the lies. Every rumor was a twisted version of the truth, polished to perfection by Alina to make herself look innocent, asterisk and there she was. Standing at the end of our driveway like a queen awaiting applause, asterisk Alina, asterisk perfect hair, asterisk perfect coat, asterisk perfect expression of fragile victimhood, asterisk around her. Neighbors hovered like an audience, waiting for the next performance, asterisk she put a hand dramatically on her chest when she saw us, asterisk Ethan. You're back. She exclaimed, rushing toward him. I was so worried, your mother didn't tell me where she took you. Took you, as if I had kidnapped him, asterisk Ethan's jaw tightened. I went to see her because you lied, Alina. Her smile cracked for a moment, but she caught herself quickly and turned to the audience, see. she said, voice trembling. She's manipulating him again. This is what I've been dealing with. Asterisk gasps. Murmurs, asterisk her performance was flawless, asterisk but what she didn't know was that Ethan wasn't the same man who had left with her for Christmas. He stepped forward. Loud enough for everyone to hear, asterisk enough. Asterisk the street quieted. The winter air turning sharp, asterisk, you told me my mother said things she never said, he continued. You blocked her messages. You lied about her. And you posted things online to make her look controlling. Asterisk Alina's face drained. She hadn't expected the script to change, asterisk, I was trying to protect you, she stammered, asterisk, protect me from what? Ethan snapped. From the mother who raised me? From traditions? From kindness? Asterisk a neighbor whispered, is that true? Asterisk another, she lied about the mother? The crowd turned, Alina's shoulders tightened. She looked around desperately, realizing the spotlight had shifted, and not in her favor, asterisk then she dropped tears like a weapon, asterisk, you're all believing her over me. She cried, pointing at me. She's been trying to separate us since we got married. But Ethan didn't even flinch, he pulled out his phone. Scrolling, and showed the neighbors her Christmas post, asterisk. Then explain why you publicly humiliated her for sympathy. A collective gasp, screens lit up as neighbors checked the post themselves, asterisk Alina's breath hitched. Ethan, stop. You're embarrassing me. Asterisk, no, Alina, he said quietly. You did that yourself. Asterisk her expression twisted, anger, fear, desperation all fighting for space. She reached out to grab his arm, but he pulled back, asterisk and that final motion broke something inside her, asterisk she turned on me like a storm, voice sharp and trembling, asterisk, this is your fault. You poisoned him against me. Asterisk for the first time. I didn't shrink, asterisk I didn't apologize, asterisk I didn't look away, asterisk I raised my chin and said, your lies are catching up to you. Alina. That has nothing to do with me. Asterisk the crowd watched, some silent, some shaking their heads at her. Alina realized the battle she started was slipping out of her hands, asterisk she backed away slowly, eyes wild, chest heaving. Before storming into the house and slamming the door hard enough to shake the windows, asterisk Ethan exhaled shakily, asterisk, I think I need space from her, he whispered, distraught, asterisk I nodded. You need clarity, Ethan. Not chaos. Asterisk we stayed silent for a long moment. The winter cold settling around us, asterisk but deep inside. Both of us felt it, asterisk Alina wasn't done, asterisk because someone who thrives on control never lets go quietly, and that night. The truth about her past surfaced, and it was darker than anything either of us imagined, asterisk that night. The house felt strangely quiet, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. Ethan stayed with me in the guest room, exhausted from the emotional storm we'd walked through. I made him some tea, and for a while, he sat silently, staring at the steam curling from the cup, asterisk, I don't even know who she is anymore, he finally whispered, asterisk but the truth was, he never really knew, asterisk near midnight, my phone buzzed. It was an older woman's voice on the other end, soft, trembling, hesitant, asterisk, is this Ethan's mother? Asterisk, yes, I said carefully. Who's speaking? Asterisk, I'm Alina's aunt. My heart tightened, she continued, I saw everything today. And I realized I can't stay silent anymore. What she told me unraveled the final thread of Alina's facade. Growing up, Alina had been adored, spoiled even. Her parents gave her everything, love, support, comfort. But she always wanted more control, more attention, more power. And whenever someone didn't bend to her will, she twisted the truth until she became the victim, asterisk she accused friends of bullying her. When they simply disagreed, asterisk she accused teachers of targeting her. When they asked for accountability, asterisk she accused her parents of oppressing her. When they set boundaries, asterisk finally, after a massive argument, where she claimed her parents were ruining her life, she moved out. Cut them off, and told the entire world that they were toxic, asterisk, they were heartbroken, her aunt whispered. They spent years trying to reach her. She blocked them all. Asterisk and now, she added painfully, she's doing the same thing to you. Asterisk I thanked her gently. When the call ended, I sat in silence, feeling the weight of an old truth, asterisk some people don't break patterns, asterisk they repeat them, asterisk the next morning. Ethan found me sitting at the kitchen table, lost in thought, asterisk everything okay? He asked, asterisk I told him about the call, asterisk he leaned back in his chair, exhaling sharply, asterisk it makes sense now, he said. Everything. Every fight. Every lie. Every time she twisted reality. Then he said something that broke my heart in two. I thought I was saving her, Mom. But I was losing myself. I reached for his hand, no. Ethan. You were loving someone who didn't know how to love back. We sat together for a long moment before he finally stood, I need to talk to her. Asterisk he went to their house next door. I watched from the window as he knocked. The door opened, Alina stood there, eyes swollen, face pale asterisk even from a distance. I could see the storm in her, anger, fear, desperation. She tried to pull Ethan inside. He stepped back asterisk they talked for almost an hour on the porch. Alina cried. She shouted. She begged. She accused. She blamed. She denied. She promised change. She twisted stories. She rewrote history. She tried everything she had ever used to control him asterisk but it no longer worked asterisk because when someone finally sees the truth, the illusion ends asterisk Ethan came home with red eyes but steady steps asterisk it's over, he said quietly asterisk not with cruelty asterisk not with hatred asterisk but with peace asterisk for the first time in years. He was free asterisk the following weeks were difficult. Separations always are. Alina didn't accept the breakup easily, she posted vague messages online, played the victim, tried to stir sympathy. But the neighborhood had seen enough. People knew the truth now. And slowly, her performance no longer moved anyone asterisk eventually, she moved back to her hometown asterisk and Ethan? He started rebuilding his life, he found work closer to home. He began visiting every week, sometimes every day. We cooked together again. We laughed again. We rediscovered the bond she had tried to cut asterisk one evening. As we stood on the porch watching the sunset paint the sky pink, he whispered asterisk I'm sorry, Mom. For all the years I drifted away. I placed a hand on his cheek, no, my son. You came back. That's what matters. Asterisk he smiled, a soft, genuine smile I hadn't seen in years asterisk and in that moment, I understood something deeply asterisk Alina once believed she could erase me, asterisk control him, asterisk rewrite our family, asterisk but life doesn't reward cruelty, asterisk it reveals it, asterisk and eventually. It teaches the lesson that pride refuses to learn asterisk today. Ethan and I stand stronger than ever, not because she failed, but because the truth survived, asterisk as for Alina? She walked away from the family she tried to break, carrying nothing but the weight of her own choices. The lesson life taught her was simple asterisk when you build your world on lies, eventually, it collapses on you.